Hey, this is Gospel Musicians, Gospel Keyboard coming at you. I know we haven't done any videos in a while, so we're getting back into doing some more blogging here. And I got a special guest with me. We're going to give you a sneak preview. And Jay Latoya.
Yes, sir.
Hester. All right. She's, I'll give you a little history. As you guys know about Byron Chambers and Ivan Santiago and all the videos, well, Janice was also one of the musicians, drummer at New Destiny, and I was privileged to meet her as well. And she's the one that you've been asking about all of the Solo and Techniques DVDs. This is the girl who was killing on the drums. They're like, this girl is killing. What's her name? So here she is. So we got. So you prefer Jay Latoya Hester, right?
Yes, Jay Latoya.
Jay Latoya, drummer girl.
Jay Latoya.
Jay Latoya. Okay,
yes.
Jay Latoya. So we're going to come here. We're just going to do a little interview, and we're going to give you some sneak peeks into hopefully an eventual DVD.
Yes.
So how you doing?
Doing good. It's good to see you. It's been a
too?
while.
It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes.
So you moved to Atlanta from Orlando.
Yes.
What happened?
Just better opportunities. You know, my season was up in Orlando. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
You born and raised in Orlando?
Born, raised in Orlando.
Okay.
Yes,
Same with
a
Byron.
native.
So
Yes.
it's time to get out.
Yes.
That's how it was with me in Cleveland. It's like
Okay.
I was born and raised in Cleveland. It's time to get on out of here
Yes.
and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what is it about Atlanta? Like, give me some names as far as Atlanta. What makes Atlanta the new hotbed?
Wow. It just depends upon what genre of music you're talking about. I mean,
Okay.
well, me personally, I really want to get into management as well as producing and playing.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's kind of like a one-stop shop in Atlanta.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
that's kind of where I'm thinking. Because for musicians, you have to do more than just play.
Yeah.
You know, you need to broaden your horizons.
Right.
So,
right.
you know,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
So you're not just thinking.
No, not
drummer,
thinking,
you're
and let's think bigger. You know,
Okay.
royalties and placements. Let's think that.
Right.
So,
right. That's
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Well, there's not a lot of women. There's a lot of women drummers out there, but not a lot in obviously in the field that you're in, and you know on a certain level you're at. So let me ask you. Let's go back to Orlando.
Okay.
The first time you picked up some drumsticks, when was your first passion of the drums?
Actually, I used to play in the garage at my house when nobody was home, and that's when Thompson Community Choir was really big.
Oh yeah.
So I really loved Kevin Bronson. I tried to go and play with the records because I know, you know, back in those days it wasn't popular for a female to play drums, so I was
Right.
embarrassed. So, you know, I would go and play in the garage when nobody was home,
Yeah.
and you know, and get off.
Right.
And so this one particular time, we used to have a night service,
Uh-huh.
and no drummer showed up. I asked my auntie, "Can I play?" She said yes, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. That's
yeah.
good. That's good. And so in the meantime, you know, name some of the people that you've played for around that time when you first got started.
Wow. Well, actually, nobody would let me play.
Really?
I only played Friday night and Sunday night services.
Okay.
Not until I really moved to Tallahassee, Florida, that's when people really started to respect me as a drummer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, you just Jason's sister. My brother was really big here.
Okay.
So, you know,
okay.
they kind of like, oh, that's just Jason's sister.
Right.
They
right.
really didn't take me serious. But I could play.
Right. Right.
But, you know, female playing drums back then, you know, in the
That's
90s.
true. You're right.
You know,
You're 90s. You're right.
Yeah.
It was only a handful of them. And then it was like, but she's a girl. You know?
Exactly.
She's good, but they totally don't even hear your skill.
Exactly.
And just, okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, and then you went on to play for Risen, was it?
I did Risen.
You did Risen?
Well, actually,
okay.
first, I ended up playing with Nicole C. Mullen first.
Oh,
I was
really?
Yes, I was filling in, did a couple of dates with Nicole, and then from Nicole, I went to Risen.
Okay.
And I was with them for 2 years. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now this was American. Was this Nicole? She was in Tallahassee.
Actually, no, that was after that was Nashville.
Nashville.
Yes.
Okay.
After I left Orlando, I went to Tallahassee, and then I ended up going to Nashville for 5 years.
Oh,
Yes.
you were in Nashville.
Yes, I lived in
Everybody has to go through Nashville.
You have to go to Nashville. Nashville, yes.
Right.
So I lived there 5 years, and that's
Okay.
where, you know, I really began to be a professional.
Okay,
You know, playing
okay.
with artists.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So let's move forward to the most recent
Okay.
awesome accomplishment of playing for one of my all-time favorite, Musiq Soulchild. So how did that don't tell me where did you get to the point where it's like, okay, because a lot of musicians want to get to that level, and they're asked, how do you even get to the point of auditioning for a Musiq Soulchild? How did that all happen?
It's about networking.
Okay.
And I did an audition with Beyonce, didn't get the gig.
Well, before that, I gotta get before that. How do you even know where the audition is to audition for Beyonce?
It's all about networking. I had a couple of guys call me and was like, "You gotta go to this audition. It's gonna be in Atlanta."
Okay.
And they were like, they told me where the studio was and everything. Got there, didn't get the gig, but I met a lot of female musicians.
Right.
Yeah, so I met this female bass player, and she called me and told me Musiq Soulchild was having auditions for an all-girl band.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, oh, he's not gonna follow, through with it. But he ended up following through, and they called me like the week before the auditions and told me to learn the songs. And when I got there, auditioned. It was about 3 other girls on drums, 2 bass players, I think 3 keyboard players. And so I auditioned, and they called me back and told me I got the gig.
Okay.
Yeah. So I auditioned against, one of my mentors growing up.
What was that?
Cheryl Harper.
Oh, okay.
She was
Okay.
at the audition, and it was great. It was real great. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations.
yes,
And then you went touring, right?
yes, we toured for a year.
Okay.
We've been, we did 2 tours, 2 U.S. tours.
Mhm.
We did about 3 international tours.
Okay.
Yes, so that was a great experience. Yes.
So with your ear to the buzz, what kind of feedback would you say they gave you to let you know that you got the gig? I mean, what differentiates you from maybe somebody else? That you think?
Confidence.
Confidence?
And not cocky, but confidence, because Musiq stood in front of, he loves drums. He stood in front of the drummer the whole time. And a lot of
okay.
people kind of got nervous. But I was
Right.
thinking, hey, praise and worship leader standing in front of the drums telling me what they want.
Right.
That's the mindset
Exactly.
I had.
That's true.
Right. So,
Preparation.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Preparation. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now, this is the crazy question here. As a Christian woman, how is it? Because we've heard all the
Story, yes.
super deep Pentecostal, you should never play in the world,
Yes.
or quote unquote type of thing. How was that being a Christian woman and then coming doing a big secular gig? Now, how were you able to manage, your walk and everything? How was that?
Honestly, my thought was, me playing in church behind 4 walls, we are always trying to save people.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody has to be a light to the world. And I'm like, I feel like God gave us this gift, not just to be behind 4 walls.
Right.
So,
right.
I'm like, unchurched people really not going to come to church.
That's
For
true.
those that don't come to church,
That's true.
I'm the only Jesus they're going to see.
That's true. Good point.
So, that was kind of my mindset. And it's business.
Right.
I'm not going to be of the world.
Right.
I'm in the world, but not of the world.
Right.
So
exactly.
I don't have to drink and smoke and do what they do.
Right.
I can still take I have my Bible on my phone.
Right.
I read my Bible and prayed more with me not being on a church gig, sitting behind somebody's
true.
drums,
That's true.
comfortable and complacent.
That's true. Good
So,
point. Because
yeah.
it forced you to say, okay, I got to be on top of my
Right.
spiritual game here, so
'Cause I can't go to
really
church
got to
every
be in the
Sunday.
Word.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's
So,
true. That's
you
true.
know.
A lot don't make it though. A lot go in with the idea I'm Christian, and they come out like just a little bit watered down. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of temptations, obviously, on
It
the road,
is,
right?
but it's just your foundation.
Right.
I had a good foundation, and I tried to really set an example, because I'm like, God allowed me this opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't need to be smoking and drinking and doing the same thing they're doing if I'm going to be a light. Because
That's
then they'll
true.
be like, you know what, you're a hypocrite too, just like the rest of these church
That's
folk.
true.
So,
That's true.
I really tried to set an example. And I'm like, pretty much the whole band was Christians. We had like 2, 3 pastors' kids.
Yeah.
So, it
Okay,
was a great
okay.
environment. It wasn't like we were with a bunch of heathens,
Right.
Everybody was pretty much Christian, and everybody, nobody's perfect, don't get me wrong.
Right,
Everybody
right.
has their issues, but for the most part, we prayed together, and, we had a really
good
nice,
time.
really nice time. And Musiq loves gospel music. He's a Christian.
Right. Right.
So it was a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's not like he does good music, so it's not like it, it's a whole different genre. So let's get into let's get into. We can't get into it yet because we don't have it yet. Let's get into. Oh, I know they're gonna love this. What are what's the gear people are using on the road? What are they using?
You have to have, as far as drums, you have to be using the SPDS pad.
And that's a staple.
That's the standard now.
Okay.
You have to have that pad.
Okay.
You know, so.
And what else? MP. And how did you run your tracks?
Actually, we would do. We had something called 1824 rolling 1824.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah. But you know.
The VS, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we would run the show from that, but. You know, just kind of preference.
Okay.
You know, preference, what you're most comfortable with.
Okay.
And we ran something like that for Risen. So.
And you did the tracks? You would do the tracks?
No, we would just take stuff straight from the session and dump it into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how'd you get your click track?
Well, I would send it out an auxiliary track. And so I only heard the click and I didn't have to hear the rest of the instruments.
Okay. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the keyboard player and stuff, what kind of stuff did they use?
They had Fender Rhodes, a Motif.
A real Fender?
Yes.
They provided it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
You see my baby right there?
Yeah.
All right, okay,
Fender,
okay.
what is it, V-Synth, Roll by Roland?
That's classic too, V-Synth. Yeah. Motifs.
So you had to have Motif.
Had that, that's a staple.
Yeah.
So you got your Motif for your piano,
Mm-hmm.
your V-Synth for your
Your
synthesizer stuff, and then your Rhodes for your Rhodes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, and another thing, drummers, this is what I love, ears. In-ear monitors. It helps you control. It will save your hearing because you know a lot of us like to blaze our monitors.
Yeah.
You know a lot of people are going ears now, and that controls the stage volume, especially for drummers.
Right.
That's
right.
the one thing that you shouldn't really invest in.
Right. And that's what we need to get into too. In-ears is all because everybody's fighting over sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can pretty much control, what you want through your ears without, blazing your monitor and the next person that's by you complaining they can't hear themselves because your monitor is so loud.
Right, right. Are you endorsed yet?
Yes, I have endorsements with Sabian cymbals,
Okay.
Aquarian drum heads,
Okay.
Vader sticks, Axis foot pedal,
Okay,
and
okay.
Futuresonic in-ear monitors.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm about to get a hookup on them in-ears.
All right,
No, I'm just
I got
joking.
you.
They custom make them, right?
Yeah, they
Okay.
custom make them. But
Okay.
they have ones, the first ones I had were just some standard ones that they had for like $120-something.
Yeah.
So,
They can
price.
mold pretty good.
Yeah, they can
or
mold.
different sizes.
They can mold those as well, but I actually have custom ears that,
Of course
with the
you
dual,
gotta
with the dual drivers.
I know.
low
You
end.
gotta do that. You gotta do that.
Mhm.
So now, the reason why we did this interview because we're giving you a sneak peek on the potential instructional video of Jay Latoya, drummer currently, Musiq Soulchild. And what I want you guys to do on the YouTube and on the blogs, write questions, write requests on what you want to see on the instructional DVD. You want to see licks, you want to see equipment. We already talked about going in there, actually programming the MPC,
yes.
your SPD,
Yes.
your pads, some licks, some paradiddles, and all that
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
So please, on the blog or anything, write down exactly what you want to see on this DVD, and we'll be working on that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Miss you that you're in
Oh,
Orlando, that you can't play with us,
Hey,
but I understand.
I'm only a flight away.
I understand. So appreciate that. We will definitely keep in contact. And this is my little sis right
Yes.
here in the Lord, and appreciate. Congratulations on all your accomplishment,
Thank you.
and we're gonna come at you. So, what are we gonna call it? We don't know what the DVD is gonna be called yet, but drumming DVD with Jay Latoya, drummer for Musiq Soulchild, and everybody else. Write your questions, what you want to see on this instructional DVD, and we're out.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yes, thanks, Jamal.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.